Hello pool fans, it's Max Eberly here and welcome to the Play Series. We have Vinnie Calabrses, Australia's #1 pool player versus Jorge Tinoco, top 10 player from Portugal. Let's get right to the action. Vinnie starts off with the first rack. He's got to get on that 2-ball with the right angle because the 2-ball is enclosed by the 4 and 6, so he wants to be below this 2-ball, which he did masterfully there. Now he can go back up table without having to worry about the 6-ball or the 5-ball. Now the 4-ball was a good hit there because it brought the cue ball back up table for the 3. And he played it nicely, ended up with a good shot on the 3. I don't know if he was trying to shoot it in the lower left corner, but he's in great shape to get one on the board right here. Vinnie plays really fast. He's a professional snooker player. You may have seen him on TV playing against Ronnie O'Sullivan. And now he's playing pool primarily. He's got that fast style that the crowd loves. All right, now Jorge's first at bat here. Let's see how he gets on the 2. This is probably the key shot, definitely the key shot of this run out. All right, nicely done. Now he's got to get around that 6 and around that 5-ball here to get on the 3. Okay, well, ran into the 5. He's got a long, tough shot here. This is basically the whole rack. He's got to make this. If he makes it, it's a natural 2-rail position for the 4-ball, but he needs to hit that with good speed. But it all comes down to making this shot. Nicely done. He didn't move his head at all. Stay down and perfect speed control. Either side of the 4 or straight in would have been fine. You can see he's not worried about hitting the ball with his left hand. Excellent. And we expect him to run the table out here. Nicely done, 1-1. Starting off with a thin cut shot here. And it's not easy getting shape on that 2. Vinnie elected just to slide across table instead of doing something too fancy. Just make the 1-ball. Boy, that's a good shot. Not only to make it, but to get position without bumping into those balls was really important. Usually in every rack there's going to be one key shot. I think in that rack there were 2 because the 1 and the 2 were both difficult shots. And he doesn't waste any time getting around the table. All right, let's see how Jorge approaches this 1-ball. I think he was trying to do the same thing, just hit it a little bit too thin. That's going to cost him a point there. Now Vinnie with the lead and a long 1-ball, but straight in. There it was important for him to draw to the right side of that line of the 2-ball into the pocket so that all he has to do is follow, and in that case put a little left-hand spin. So he hit that 1-ball so well that these last few balls are really routine. Had he ended up on the left side of that 2-ball shot, he would have had to bump into the 6. He would have had his work cut out for him, but now that's an illustration of how that one key shot in the rack, how important it can be. Nicely done. He's got a little more angle than Vinnie had, so he probably doesn't have to float down to that rail. And he could actually draw on the left side of the 3, shoot it in the other corner. I hit that one real thin. But he's perfect down here below the 3. And again, it's routine. Once you hit that first key shot, which in this rack was the 1 ball, everything is just kind of stop shots. All the shots feed into each other real nice. But you never want to lose your guard, let your guard down, or lose your concentration. Oops, and looks like that's exactly what he did. He didn't do his normal routine. Now this, Vinnie has a couple options. Looks like he's approaching it with a low cue ball. Fired it in, low left. Very nicely done. Still a little bit of an angle. He's got to kill this cue ball. A little bit of a billiard shot, running the cue ball around 3 rails. Kind of straight in on this 4, so he's going to create an angle here. Oh, I didn't have much angle, so now he's got to take a long shot. That could have been costly, but he handled it well and not only made the 5, but drew back for an easy shot on the 6 ball. Now let's see how George decides to get on this 2 ball. Nicely done. He kept his head down. Both these guys are professional players and they have great form, so that's really important. He has almost the same angle that Vinnie had. Maybe a little bit more. So he's wondering how he can keep that cue ball from moving too far and have a nice shot on the 3. I like the way he did that. Because of the angle, he decided to come back around, shoot the 3 in the other pocket. Now it's just a matter of cut the 3 in, and come back down table without scratching in the corner, and try to get an angle below or above the 4, so I can get a little closer to the 5 ball than Vinnie was. Okay, nice. Made the ball, didn't scratch. And he has a nice enough angle here to probably hit below center, or he could go forward 2 rails depending on the angle. Looks like that's what he's doing. Nice natural 2 rail position shot with high right. And he could zigzag 2 rails across the table, shoot the 6 in the pocket where his hand is, or he could just pull over that way and shoot it over here. That was a good shot. Keeping the cue ball off the rail is always nice. All right. Vinnie leads 4-2. He only needs 1 more game to win the set.
I tried to do this straight, and I'm not the English that I supposed to keep on the. I need to watch English. Yeah.
Well, here's a chance for George to close the gap and stay in the match with a chance to win. He's got to break these balls up, unless he left it for a combination, but looks like he was trying to come up underneath and bump him a little bit. But I think the combination is in play. I kind of like the idea of leaving those for the combination and don't even try to break them up. But if you do break them up nicely, I could see where that would make it a whole lot easier. All right, well, He broke it up pretty nice. I don't think he wanted to be on the rail here, but it's a shot. It's a chance to get another point here if he makes this and get shape on the 5. Nicely done. Nice angle for the bank here. He could bump into that 6. He could pull the cue ball over with some low right and push the 6 towards the pocket. Or he could draw back around 2 rails and just play shape on it. I like that. He muscled it up and hit a real nice shot there. Kept himself in the match here. Well, he one-stroked it, but he bared down a little bit more on that. Should be 4-4 because of that 6 he missed earlier. So when you win, you get to go first, or I think you have the option. So this is a natural billiard shot going around the table. Ooh, okay. Yeah, definitely didn't want to bump into that. He was trying to go around the table and shoot the 2 into the opposite corner. So this is a pretty tough cut and also a tough position play right here. Very nicely done. Avoids scratching, which was key. Now he's got a chance to tie it up here at 4-4. The position here isn't easy. It looks like a pretty straight-in shot. He might have a follow shot down to the end rail, 2 rails, but then the side pocket point plays big. Could even play the cue ball off one of the side pocket points and rebound it out towards the center of the table for position on the 4. Well, that was pretty straight. So he just rolled it in. He's got a little bit of wiggle room off the rail here. If he could load this up with high right, he could just come across 2 rails for the 5 in the lower left-hand corner. Pretty tough shot. All right, so Vinnie has a chance to win the match right here. Okay, he got around. There's that billiard shot coming around the table. Now the problem here is the 5 ball. Can he avoid hitting that 5, or is he going to play off of the 5? That's what he did. Got a nice breakout there, so that kind of saved him. I think his chance to run out here is pretty high if he just gets around this 5 ball. With a nice angle to come off the rail. Well, he could have kept an angle there and just zigzagged across the table, but he ended up straight in, almost straight in, and well, went around the table. He's got no problem with cue ball power. It looks like he's going to take this set, ladies and gentlemen. Vinnie Calabrese. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next match.